What's going on, everybody? It's Joe from the Acceptable Casualties. Here to kind of just show you guys what I got coming up for my early war German project. I just want to show you guys what you can be looking forward to, seeing some battle reports once this actually gets built and painted, which I'm hoping I can get done within the next, I don't know, 2 months. Kind of get this all wrapped up and ready to go. So I ended up picking up all this stuff from NWS Online. They do a lot of Plastic Soldier Company, Zvezda. I got some stuff from the War Store as well, and then some Flames of War stuff from Battlefront to kind of mix together and build this early war force. It's more geared toward battle group because just the model count for the platoon games that we play is generally lower, so I can get a wider variety of stuff instead of putting 10 tanks of Panzer IIIs on the table. I can get away with maybe just doing like 3 or 4. So the initial build is going to be for battle group with battle group in mind, and then as time goes on and I start to add a little bit more here and there, I might build it up and get a chance to actually do some stuff for Flames of War for some of you who like to watch Flames of War as well. So kind of just going to take you guys through what I ended up picking up and then what you guys can see here. So, and for the stuff that you guys do see in front of you, I will be doing videos for each of them as I do the assembly, so you guys kind of see what the kits actually have to offer once the models are assembled. And then at the end, I'll do like an army showcase once I kind of get everything painted and built, so you guys can see everything in all of its I would say glory, but it's usually not that good. But when it's done and ready to go, so you guys can see it before it actually hits the table for gameplay. So one of the first things I ended up picking up was these 1/100 Zvezda kits. I got 3 of the SD KFZ 222s. I ended up getting 3 of these. These are the basic kits. I don't think they come with any of the variants. The command one with the metal awning, the radio thing. I've seen some people use some of the ones off of the 231 kits and kind of place them on there to kind of get that. So I'll have one as a command scout car, and then the other 2 will just be your regular standard ones for just regular gameplay. And that's what I'm going to do here. So I ended up picking up 3 of these over here. Another thing that I picked up too was, I'll get into this. So I ended up getting the Panzer IV-D, the early war Panzer IV. I picked this one up. I also got 2 from Zvezda as well. So I picked up, this one's going to end up being, I think, my command tank, and then I ended up getting 2 other ones that I saw that were available for the Zvezda kits. So I picked up this right here. So this is going to be like my Panzer IV support for my Eastern Front early war stuff. And then once I put those together, I said it's going to be command tank most likely, and then there's going to be just 2 Panzer IVs in support for my Panzer III platoons. I also picked up, for when I do my infantry lists, I got a couple Stugs. These are the Bs. I ended up picking up, like I said, Zvezda as well. I mean, it's hard not to pick these up when you're just doing a small, 1 to 3 tank platoon for your stuff. I mean, you're spending like $4 a tank, I think, $4 or $5 a tank American. So it's kind of hard to pass that value up when you're buying these. But yeah, so I'm curious to see how these kits build and throw together. Based off the other Zvezda stuff that I've gotten, they'll come out pretty good and be worth my while. So I got 3 of these for when I end up doing my infantry lists on the Eastern Front as well. So now we'll get into the Plastic Soldier Company boxes. So here's the early war German heavy weapons box that I picked up. From this I'm going to end up getting, I believe it's Pack 38s that you get in here. I get the infantry gun, some MG34 teams, flamethrowers, and then you got some medium mortars in there as well. So all the support stuff that I end up needing on Eastern Front. Obviously this will play on Western Front as well, which we've talked about getting into maybe later in the year. Vin and I were talking about maybe putting together a Polish force, or maybe doing something with France as well. So like I said, this will play into all that early war stuff as well, and also in like I said, it's 1942. So I mean, you can use them for mid-war as well, and so you can kind of stretch this box out in a little bit of stuff as support for your early war Germans. I ended up picking up too. Here, I got the other early war infantry box set as well. There's 138 guys, and then I think you get, what else do you get in here? Yeah, you get 50mm mortar teams, you get your anti-tank rifles. It's enough for you to get 3 platoons built. I'll probably end up just starting and just building 1 platoon, maybe 2 platoons out of this box, and then kind of shelf the rest for now. So like I said, this is with the intent of playing battle group, and we play mostly platoon size games, so we're only going to be using 1 or 2 platoons at the most when it comes to these lists. So I'll only end up building a third to half of this box. I mean, a third to 2/3 of the box, as well as like getting some of the specialist stuff and putting some stuff for there. So yeah, it's like 138 figures in here. You can pump out a pretty good size force with a lot of like the medics and some of the other like sniper pieces and all that with this box. So this is another one I picked up, so that kind of rounds out my infantry. For early war as well, for battle group, you do get the option to get some half tracks. They are unique, so you can only really bring one unit of them. I do have some Opal trucks that I had as well. You guys checked the video on that earlier. They were 3D printed by my buddy Grant, and they came out pretty good. So I already have my trucks, and then if I want to, I can end up throwing together some half tracks for early war here. I might go out and pick up another one of these and do some of the specialist half tracks as well. But for now, it'll just be this for troop transports, and really nothing else on top of that. It's mostly going to be used for a troop transport list when I want to bring the half tracks out on the table. So I got a box of these as well. What else do we got over here? I also got some Panzer IIIs. These are the FG and H box set. So I ended up picking up a box of these. Probably gonna end up building, I think, probably three of the Fs, and then I'll end up sprinkling in like a G and an H in there, maybe 2 Gs. I haven't decided yet. But you get 5 tanks in the kit. And yeah, I mean, it gives you a whole variety, like I said, the different kits. And I've heard this box that's actually really good as far as the extra bits that you get with it as well. So yeah, this is going to be like my core of my early war German armor on the Eastern Front. Is going to be starting with the Panzer IIIs and then eventually branching it out into a couple Panzer IVs. And then if they end up re-releasing Kursk next year or doing another Eastern Front book for mid-war, I'll start branching out into some of the mid-war tanks as well. But this is going to be the core of my my early war force. I was going to do the 38Ts, but I decided not to and go against it. I went with the Panzer IIIs. I might add the 38Ts later on. And I believe with the plastic soldier ones, if you get that 38T box, you could actually build martyrs out of it as well. So I might just pick that up just to kind of get a little bit of variety in what I want to put out there for this current project, as well as some stuff that like the martyrs that might play with some other stuff that we've been talking about doing in the near future. So here's, yeah, the German Panzer III box set from Plastic Soldier Company. And then last but not least, I ended up picking up the box of 231s. I got this box just for the variety in here. I think you can get like 5 builds out of this one. I plan on building, 2 regular standard 8 rads, 231s. I'm going to do 1 command one, which I think is the 263, isn't it? Yeah, and then they have like, the one for the radio option and the 233. So you have a bunch of options in this box to build out the 231 command cars. And it's going to work really well for what I want. Because I want to use a lot of the Scout and Recce and kind of put together a pretty fast and mobile German list, and kind of not load it with Recce and armored cars, but have enough of it on the table as well as some options on the shelf to where I can kind of mix it up and use some different things in different scenarios. So this whole box I'll probably end up putting toward early war options with the 231, and if we end up branching in the mid-war and late war with some of these, I might pick up another one as well just to kind of mess around, because like I said, these do play through all 3 phases of the war and in battle group as well as Flames of War. So if you do pick it up, the box right here, you can get enough of cars in here to kind of play through all 3 phases. As far as bang for your buck for gameplay purposes wise, this is a really good box to pick up as far as getting a little bit of variety on the table at a decent price. And plus, I said the models look really good as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here for all my early war stuff for this project. There's some stuff that you guys would like to see as well hit the table, whether it's like a model from a certain manufacturer or just a different kind of tank or something that you don't usually see in general. Let me know, man. Send me a message. Like, I like throwing different stuff out there, some obscure stuff that maybe doesn't get to see the table that often, or throw together and just play with some different lists. Like, maybe I might not be privy to something that like works really well in the game, or some kind of combination that not necessarily is like competitive, it's going to break my brother's back when we're playing on the table, but something that makes the game a little bit more interesting to watch, or that does something a little bit different that maybe I didn't pick up on. So this is what we're looking at here for early war for my German project on the Eastern Front. Probably branching into the Western Front at a later date, but this is going to be like the core force that we have built here. So like I said, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. You guys know the routine. Check us out on Facebook, and I'll catch you guys later.